What is going on, Pisces? This is your girl, Venus Archangel, here with another love reading. I decided not to go with the dark lipstick this time. I know I did it for the other half, and I'm like, kind of iffy. I decided to just go kind of semi-natural. I got a little bit of eyeliner, a little bit of mascara. Not like it's important or anything like that, but welcome, welcome. I went back to the Rider-Waite, and we're going to do the Celtic Cross for your love reading this time around. If you guys aren't sure of your placements, check the description box below for a link that I provided for you guys to check that out. Also, guys, please remember that these readings may not resonate with everybody, and that's totally fine. Okay. See what's happening in your love life, Pisces. Okay, what's happening in your love lives? What's happening in your love lives? What's going on? What's going on? What's happening? Whoa, y'all being realistic. Ooh, you have the Queen of Pentacles popping out. If I can get her, goodness. There we go. I lost her in the deck. She flipped upwards, and I just couldn't find her. But here she is, the Queen of Pentacles. Now this can talk about committing, hard work, independence as well, you know, nurturing. There's a lot of things that the Queen of Pentacles come up as. To Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn that you may be dealing with, you know what I'm saying, being a caretaker, providing for a family, you know, there's a lot going on. Business oriented. Let's see what's going on in your love lives though. All right, you've been working hard perhaps, and now you're taking a load off. Finally having a little bit of fun. I like that. Ah, my eye though. Okay, not bad, not a bad reading. Your underlying energy is the Five of Swords, which is, it's not that bad considering like what I see going on. Underneath here you have the Ace of Swords rather. Okay. Five of Swords, Ace of Swords, and that's interesting. I feel like it's because you guys got a sort of new perspective, and now you're not necessarily doing things unless you want to, or you're going after what it is that you want. You're not necessarily sacrificing it for anybody else. Hopefully that's what that means. You're just not gonna settle for nothing. You're not gonna compromise. For some of you guys, you guys are compromising. Maybe you guys had some sort of perspective in the past that, you know, led you to compromise more. To perhaps, you know, sacrifice more, because the Five of Swords, you always sacrifice something, and I feel like this is either selfishness, full-on selfishness, or just like compromise. But there's a sacrifice here. You always lose someone with Five of Swords anyway. Now with the heart of your reading showing up, you guys have strength and justice. Well, strength crossed by justice. So right now I feel like it's kind of like things are under control. Like things are definitely under control. You push it through a difficult situation, possibly, especially because there isn't any kind of, you know, apology, any sort of, you know, clear up or anything like that. It's just a lot of you know, pushing through, getting through it, healing, and trying to overcome difficult situations with no kind of balance or no sort of like closure in a way. Because I see justice that can be closer. It can also talk about balance, like I said, course correction, getting things straightened up, having a balance in your life potentially. Perhaps there's just a lot of, you know, like I was saying before, all work and no play, perhaps. Considering that the first card that came out was the Queen of Pentacles, you know. Could be that there's just a lot of work and no play, and that's the thing, right? Maybe there needs to be a balance. Maybe you guys are working too hard. Maybe you guys are working a little too much, or maybe you guys see your life as a lot of responsibility, and you're not purging. You're not allowing yourself to enjoy and be, you know, and you know, have fun in your life. Now, in the past here, or the foundation, you have the Four of Pentacles. That's telling me that you guys have been feeling kind of trapped. Not necessarily trapped per se, but you guys definitely were clinging on to some comfort zones. Like, it was comfortable. It's just be real. Like, it is what it is. I mean, we all do it. I did it. I still probably am doing it right now, actually. But hey, Four of Pentacles, stuck in your comfort zone. This is past energy, right? And this is, you're just holding on to things that made you feel comfortable, made you feel safe, made you feel secure, and that's probably practical stuff. like work or a relationship, something that like that. But I think this period, especially with that Ace of Swords underneath the Five of Swords and your underlying energy, I feel like that's telling me that you guys gain a new perspective to branch out, to do something different, to kind of get out of that whole comfort zone sort of energy here. All right, kind of clinging on. Now y'all are having a whole lot of fun. Either y'all are dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or you guys are having, you guys are splurging, you're having fun, doing things that you enjoy, doing it on your own time. You're not really being very serious. Now, considering that this is love, I really do feel like you guys are having a good time with love. Some of you guys may just be having, you may be dealing with somebody that you feel is unreliable, because you are coming from a place that you at least had some sort of stability. Knight of Wands, they don't necessarily register as very, they're unreliable on purpose, because they're meant to share, explore, and travel and learn, right? They're not meant to just kind of stay in one spot and just kind of, be all stable like the Knight of Pentacles. That's not what they do. So the Knight of Wands is either you're dealing with somebody that's unreliable, you're taking care of stuff on your own, and that's why the Knight of Wands is coming up here. Or you guys are going after the things that you enjoy, going after things that you actually like to do. Maybe you guys are now, pursuing love in a different aspect, a different way. You're kind of looking at love in your own right, like figuring out what it is that you want and going after that, and not kind of compromising or doing anything like that. Could be, right? Now, in your future, you have the Six of Swords, which I like. But the thing here is it's also crossed by justice, right? When you talk about the future of any sort, or, whatever, that's crossed by what's crossing the heart of the reading as well. And Six of Swords talks about moving on, moving forward, leaving things behind, leaving things in the past, finding some new adventure, going after that. It's crossed by justice though too, right? You're having a difficult time moving forward because there's things that haven't been laid out, that haven't been settled. There's, put to sleep. You know what I mean? Things have just, it hasn't gone away yet. It hasn't been nullified or talked about or put to rest. Forgiveness or nothing. Like, it's just there. So I feel like it's just like this impending sort of karmic thing that's going around, and it's like it's making it very difficult for you to move on. And perhaps the reason why you're letting yourself have fun and do all these things and being a lot more selfish is because you aren't able to kind of find the balance regarding what probably needs to be forgiven or either apologized for or hashed out or settled. And sometimes, right, sometimes the person is not there to even talk this through, balance things out, talk about things. Maybe, like, for some of you guys, you may have to actually look within yourself to forgive, right? And not, remember, I always say, every time I say forgiveness, it's not for the other person, it's about for you, so you can be free. You may be acting out on trying to be free, but you really feel constrained because you aren't able to make the moves you want to make, because you feel like you still have this pending. You still have something that's not balanced. Now, with your crowning energy, you have the King of Swords, which is talking about, I mean, he's an Aries, not Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Oh my God, this is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Most likely an Aquarius though, because this is a king, and it's talking about, he's all about truth. He's all about communication, and he does not compromise his own truth. He's open-minded, right? But he doesn't actually like hold any of those perspectives or truths or ideas personally. He's very detached. And I feel like right now, Pisces, as hard as it probably is, right now it's time to detach from the things that no longer resonate as your truth. That's what that means. If it doesn't resonate with your truth, it's time to step away. It's time to say goodbye. It's time to say, you know what, that's cool with me. It was in the past. I'm done with it. Because it's justice energy is telling me, I feel like it's saying that whatever happened in the past regarding this person or what have you, or this perspective, whatever led you to feel like you needed to be more selfish, well, that is okay, but there's this forgiveness. You gotta let this go. You gotta let it be. You gotta let that fly, so that way you can be free, so you could truly be free and walk in your truth. But understand that person came from their perspective, and what you gain from them was something that can enhance your own current perspective. That's all it is. And for some of you guys, it could be justice. I mean, it could be justice, balance, right? It could be that things need to just be balanced out. So things need to just be, evened out. You know, sometimes it does come from just kind of having to, you know, forgive the situation for what happened and then making the steps forward to move on, right? Now, your feelings, you have the Ace of Wands. Hell yes, I can see that in your present energy. You guys have the Knight of Wands. So yeah, you guys are like feeling this new beginning starting and ready to kick it off. For some of you guys, it's about getting back together with somebody that you've already known, that you know for a while. Perhaps this is someone that you've known for a while and you're just like, you know, you're ready to start something new, something fun, but you're not necessarily ready to take it serious yet. You want to take it easy. You just want to have fun and see where this leads for some of you guys, because that impending, you know, conversation is still there. It's either conversation, forgiveness, apology, what have you. It's still not cleared up yet. So yeah, of course, you want to have fun. You don't want to take it anywhere serious for some of you guys that are dating someone that you already know. Now, if this is not someone you already know, this is someone fresh, or there's nobody at all, right? This is talking about you're ready to start something new, something that you actually feel like you have, you know, that you're motivated to do. Because I mean, how I feel wands are, it's action influenced by emotion, okay? So I really feel like for a lot of you guys, this is like, yeah, you've got to start something new here, and it's actually something that you are looking to start, that you're actually excited to do, okay? So I'm rooting for you, Pisces. I really am. The external energy is the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Like if this is somebody from the past, you know, that hasn't really, who hasn't apologized or whatever, or you guys are trying to make some stuff up, clear some karmic energy, what have you. Yeah, you just want to kind of take it slow, or maybe even just think about, I don't know, just enjoy the moment, really, not think about the future right now, because it can lead to this potential stability, support, and security. It does potentially go in that direction. It's a new beginning that can solidify things, right? That can create a legacy. For some of you guys as well, it could be that you guys are starting something new in regards to work as well, which is weird, right? But love comes in all kinds of forms, right? You got to apply this to wherever it applies for you. But I also feel like this is also something that you guys are willing to commit to. This going with the flow, going with how you feel, making sure, you know, enjoying what you're doing, going along with your passions. Things that excite you, that have, you know, that you could feel like you could truly enjoy. That is this energy, and that you can truly commit to that, which is fair enough. But the thing here is, you guys have the Six of Pentacles in your hopes and fears. Now, Six of Pentacles and Justice are practically the same thing. They're very similar. And when I say that, it's because they talk about balance. It talks about karmic scales realigning itself, right? Whatever is not lined up right now, it does need to be lined up. Now, for some of you guys, like I was saying in the very beginning, you may be the person that's putting in a lot of work, and then the other individual is just chilling out, having a good ass time, and not really trying to do anything, right? But that's where you have to be the King of Swords, and you need to put your foot down. You gotta be saying, no, look, I can't be doing this by myself. I'm not going to be doing, like, I am independent, sure, I can make myself feel stable, but don't let the control aspect of yourself keep you from sharing the workload, because you don't want to be overburdened, right? So the situation is this, right? There's a couple things I could see. For some of you guys, it could be control issues, and don't be mad at me for saying it, right? Because you guys know that you could do something the best by yourself. You just know, like, if you you don't want to trust anybody else doing something either sometimes, because you know that you could do it the best way you can, especially if it's a dire need, like if it's finances or what have you. So yeah, like, it's understandable, but if it does kind of ease up on, you know, on you as far as the relationship goes, and it puts the balance back in the relationship, let them have that. If they make mistakes, be patient with yourself and with them, and work it out, right? And for some of you guys, it could be that this individual is not trying to take up responsibility. It's not trying to do what they need to do to make the relationship balanced, which, and then in turn, it's kind of, yeah, you're gonna have to make some boundaries known. Be the King of Swords. Cut some bitches up. You know, some people know. And it's not, you don't have to be rude, right? Because the King of Swords, he doesn't do it in a rude way, unless you, like, he has to continue to tell you. And he doesn't say stuff a million times. It's very clear when he says it the first time. So just be very clear and direct about what you feel and what you want. You know what I mean? And what you need, most importantly, right? Especially with regards to the relationship. Yeah, it's acceptable to be selfish right now, especially if somebody is not trying to pick up the workload. Is not trying to do what they feel like they need to do, what they know they probably need to do in this relationship. They just think this is just a free ride. No. No. Okay? And then at the same time, right, if this is you, it's time to step up. It's time to go ahead and take what you're willing to take, though. You know, take up responsibilities that you're willing to take. Take up things that you know you know, that you're willing to do, because the Six of Pentacles could go both ways, right? Like, it talks about you wanting to, you know, balance things out, or maybe you're worried that the situation is so misaligned that you may have to just do it all on yourself. No. Charity. You're worried about charity work, and you're worried about somebody giving you too much. Don't worry about that, okay? Let them give. You can't be the one giving so much, you know what I mean? And don't be taking so much either, Pisces. You know, you got to balance that out. You got to make sure you're doing the same, doing enough, you know, and don't do it out of obligation. Do it because you want to, right? And if you don't feel like you want to, you got to figure out why you don't want to. Because the relationship is like, the karmic stuff is in play here. Justice is in place. Like, this needs to be corrected. And for some of you guys, I really feel like for some of you guys, it could be that you just have to put down your boundaries. That'll let people know, hey, this is not who I'm not playing. I'm not going to be the person just picking up the slack. No, you deserve to have your freedom. You deserve to be able to be, you know, to be able to relax when you want to in your relationship, instead of constantly having to pick up after somebody else. Now, in your outcome, you have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. You have the Seven of Cups. So this kind of, it's an interesting energy. I'm not gonna lie, because it does talk about uncertainty. There's no clear direction in which it goes. You're just gonna have to pick a direction and go with it. You know, there's not much you can do. And I understand too, because you came up as the Queen of Pentacles when I was shuffling. That could tell me that you guys are you're a lot more tension oriented. Neptune is in your sign in retrograde right now. You're not really all that, you know, dreamy and everything like that. You guys are, believe it or not, I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but Pisces, I mean, you guys have really kind of stepped into Virgo territory, your opposite sign, where you're way more realistic than you have been, than everybody else kind of assumes you have been, right? And to be, you know, just to be fair, right, to everybody else, Pisces, you're not meant to be very realistic in the first place. You're very dreamy. You're very, you're able to tap into subconscious. You know, you're all about, you're all about connecting with, spirit and all that. So no, the realm of reality is Virgo's placements and home and safety net. But you guys have been kind of focusing on what's real, what's of value to you, which is why this is in your foundation. So yeah, like, right now you want to get back to that. Perhaps you want to have a lot more fun, a lot more dreamy fantasy time, but you can't when somebody else is not really allowing you the opportunity to go back to the realm in which you belong, which is fantasy. And I'm going on for way too damn long. Wow, Serendipity is the first card that came out, but I want to shuffle that one more time. Serendipity talks about luck, and I like that. It's a very lucky card. And like luck being in your favor, like the things are changing, and we are in your 7th house. All right, and your 7th house is a very realistic energy, is very realistic, right? Like your love life would be very realistic. You come off, you're very Virgo-in when it comes to your love. But anyway, let's see. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh snap! So this is what we're doing. This is what we got going on here. You got mending and higher power. So let's talk about mending first. Mending here talks about completing a cycle, pretty much. Putting things to rest, ending things. It's very similar to justice, but it's got death. That's very similar to this as well. But it's like, apologizing, closing a door and allowing another one to open. But it takes one's forgiveness to allow that to happen. Now, you guys also have higher power here, which indicates, trusting in the higher self, trusting in your higher self. And higher power is conveniently, number 4. So if you guys have been seeing number 4, is hey. But it's also about talking about trusting your higher self, trusting in your ability to connect with spirit, because it can really, it really helps you, especially with situations like this, especially when it's dealing with karma. Okay, you are always guided. If you're in a situation, you're trying to figure out why you're in it. You're always your higher self is always trying to push you towards your highest potential, always. Okay, so you have to trust in the higher power and to know that you are in the situation for a purpose that is going to benefit you ultimately. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens to help us reach our highest potential. Now you have love endures, which says love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. I like it. And it's true. Just because you lay down the law doesn't mean this person's gonna hate you. Just tell them how it is. And if they can't respond, if they don't do anything, you know, if they don't like how you say it, if they don't like what you're saying to them, that is a red flag, isn't it? Because if they're not willing to help you out, then that means that everyone's like, okay, well then what does this person expect you to do? You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that, you know, become a question at that point. So yeah, Pisces, there's a lot to think about, but also there's a lot of things that may need to be just communicated, hashed out. You know, if this is control and just because you like to handle things on your own, you got to really figure it out. If this is ruining your relationship by you taking control of stuff all the time, maybe you want to step out of your comfort zone and allow people to help. You know, sometimes it's okay to let that happen too. It's okay. Well, I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing and sharing all my videos. You know how much I appreciate that. And I'm gonna let y'all go. All right, guys. Bye now.